Hey, Shalom. Shalom, giving all praises, all glory, all honors unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. And double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Zawa on GMS Atlanta. Back with another edifying video. And I just want to shed some true light on a botched breakdown of the IUIC by the King Attorney General Lawyer Bishop Nathanyel, who is teaching the prophecy in Revelation 3 and 16, which we know to be the prophecy of the mark of the beast, which we call the Motb. He's teaching that the wrong way. Okay? He's teaching it the wrong way. Okay? What he's teaching now, or one of the precepts he's teaching now for Revelation 13 and 16 concerning the word mark, is he's lining the precept up with Job 10 and 14. And I was looking for the video because there's a video clip of him teaching it. I just couldn't find it. So if someone can have a video link or a clip, maybe to one of the other apostles or GMS Brothers videos, just put the link or title of the video in the comments. You know, I just couldn't find the video clip of him saying it. But, you know, what he said was, and what his breakdown now, what King General Bishop Nathanyel of the IUIC is teaching is that, when you read the word mark here, that the beast is going to give to everyone. He's saying that mark is sin in all its form, whether it be political or religious. It's sin. Okay. And I'm gonna read it. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads." Now, when you have the true understanding of that word mark there, that word in the Greek is charagma. All right? Which is a physical thing. All right? It means to engrave, sculpt. All right? The root goes back to cut. So it's not sin. It's a physical thing. Okay? Now, what I want to dive into real quick is the precept that King General Bishop Elder Nathanyel brought out in his lesson, the precept to Revelation 13 and 16. Let me do this. Let me turn this off here. Okay, so the precept to this verse that he brought out recently is the book of Job 10 and 14. And this is what he uses to explain why he says that sin is the mark of this beast system. So it says, Job 10 and 14, "If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity. So he's saying, see, you're marked if you sin. Okay, so that's what you're going to get in order to buy and sell. See, now he's confusing Israelites, which he set up as a stumbling block in the spirit, because not all Israel are supposed to fully understand the truth pursuant to the book of Isaiah. Their ears and minds have been blocked. Their ears and minds have been blocked by the angel. So he's just a stumbling block. IUIC is a stumbling block. They're a fake, I like to call them a fast food corporate franchise version of a true worshiper of Yahweh Shai, of what an Israelite is supposed to be doing today. So this is his precept, Job 10 and 14. Okay. Now I'm going to show you something. All right, let me go back to Revelation, the 13th chapter. Right, you see Job 13 and 16. Now, when you look up the Bible comparison translations, now, for the most part, in Revelation 13 and 16, all the translations of the different Bible versions say to receive a mark, to receive a mark, to be given a mark. Okay? In the Spanish, una marca. Right? Pusiese, to possess a mark, to be marked. So that's what they translate there. Right? So, okay, so the word is mark, right? Yeah, se la pongo una marca. Let's see, what else? Even in the other languages. But now here, in the Latin Vulgate, it says, et servos haber character. Character. All right? Which could be something, a character here, which, this is Latin, could be something. At the end of the day, you have to draw a character, right? Using a pencil, a marker, a pen. Now, in the ancient world, you would engrave or cut a character or a symbol into a stone or a piece of wood, and it represented something. So the Latin translates the word character from the word charagma in the Greek and the Latin. That word there is character. How do you get sin out of character? Okay. So it's talking about something physical. Okay. You get a piece of paper, you get a piece of sheet metal or wood, and you carve or you draw a character onto something. So when you look at the word mark, and I'm not even going into the Greek here. I'm just going into the different translations. It's really, because what you got to understand is, what if your other, see, IUIC, they have Israelite schools in other countries, or they have other brothers that don't speak English, they might speak Spanish, right? So now, The word mark there in Latin is character. Spanish, English, it's marca or mark. So I'm going to show you something. When you go to the precept that he brought out to prove it's sin, let's go to the book of Job, chapter 10, and let's read verse 14. Again, if I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity. So now let's see, for the brothers that may read a different language or have a different version of the Bible, let's see what it is. Because he's just going off of the KJV where it says mark. I guess he thinks his congregation is really that stupid. But then again, but walk like a duck, quack like a duck. That's why the Apostle Gabar, in this lesson, he talked about the Israelites being sottish sons or sottish children, meaning stupid. So when you look for the same verse in different versions, not all of them have the word mark. It's the CSB, if I sin, you would notice and would not acquit me of mine iniquity. Let's go to the YLT, which is the Young's Literal Translation. If I sin, then thou hast observed me, and from mine iniquity does not acquit me. The New International Version, the NIV, if I sinned, you would be watching me and would not let my offense go unpunished. Let's get to Spanish here. I believe this is the Reina Valera. CPK, tu me has observado. Now, in the Spanish, the word for mark, like we read in Revelation 13, was marca. Okay? And in the Latin, it was a character. But here in the Spanish, it says observado. Y no me tendrás por impío de mi iniquidad. Going into iniquity. So the word there in Job 10 and 14 is not the same word nor understanding that Revelation in 13 and 16 is given for the mark. Okay, let me keep going. Let's see, is there a Latin Vulgate version? Yep. So here's the Latin Vulgate version. Okay. You know what? Let me do this. So now let's get another. Because what I want to do is, let's go to Job 10, right? So Job 10, let's just go. Job 10 and 14, the Bibles, same thing, right? The Vulgate. All right. Now, in the Vulgate, should we not see for the word mark, should not we see character again? It says, see Pachavi. Okay, let's see what Pachavi means. Look up. Used to express one's guilt, an exclamation. What is this? Translate. Sins. Pachavi is sins in Latin. Let's see if we can find the word there for where it says, then you mark me. All right, I don't know Latin, but you can learn it one word at a time. Let's see if this is the right one. Let's look it up. Okay, it's not giving me nothing there. Let's see if I can translate this. And because see, it's a let's see if I can translate the whole phrase. Let's see if I can translate the whole phrase. Scripture knowledge. Latin, Job chapter 10. Search tools. It's just giving me the same thing. So you know what we'll do? All right.
Si peccaviet ad horum peppersisti mihi curab iniquit mea mundum miesi non pateris? Si peccaviet.
Let's go to the Spanish. And there's different ones. Well, I know this one here. Si peco, entonces mi vigilas. To be vigilant, to be vigilas, right? Right, you're watching. Okay. Okay, so this is Spanish out of Spain. So where they're translating the word markest, right? If thou markest me, and thou will not acquit me from mine iniquity, like we read in the KJV, they're translating that word for watching, observing. There was another one I just saw. Yeah, that if I did wrong, you would take note of it and would not make me clear from sin. Okay? The NLT was to watch me, and if I sinned, you would not forgive my guilt. So how do you even begin to use this verse as a precept for Revelation 13:16 when it's not the same understanding? Okay? Now let's go to the Hebrew. Right? Now the Hebrew, okay? Once again, in the Hebrew, you see the word washamar. All right, let's see if I can translate this. All right, does it have Hebrew here? Okay, so Hebrew isn't in the translation here. What I can do is I can look it up, search web, Hebrew word, Shemarta, which the word shamar. Okay, here we go. Job chapter 10. If I sin, thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me. So, the word there in the Hebrew, right, is shamar. You know what? Let me go back. Let's see if we can translate this. Nope. Google needs to get their translations together. Shamar in the Wiktionary. To guard, to keep, to save. And when you're guarding something, you're watching something. Oh yeah, here we go, the root, shamar. Yeah, you're watching something. Okay? So, going to Job 10 and 14 as a precept for Revelation 13, it just doesn't line up linguistically. The same language, the same context is not there. But you have these Israelites eat up what this guy Nathanyel says, and they're not looking enough, they're not deep enough in the scriptures to understand. You know? Maybe he's holding them hostage. They got all the information, you know. And that's one of them background type of churches, man. IUIC. Now you become a member of a Christian church, and then they start sending your stuff to your house. Certain members start showing up. I remember that when I was younger. My mother had joined the church, and one of the sisters, I don't know, I guess my mother gave a free will offering and put her name and address on the envelope, and they started to show up to the house. You know, we don't do that over here. We don't do that here. Anyway, right? Now, the closest thing, right, to the word for Job, I keep saying John. Job 10 and 14 is in the book of Romans, because it keeps saying Mark, yeah, sometimes I agree with the Apostle Boss. Sometimes the blue letter Bible can be a little slow. Okay, it calls divisions. Okay, I said division. Romans 16 and 17. Now beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Now this is actually what IUIC Bishop Nathanyel was doing. General Nathanyel, he's the one causing defenses contrary to the doctrine. And you Israelites need to avoid him. But now when you look up this word for Mark, right? I'm just going to go to the different Bibles. Here we go. The New King James Version, NKJV. Now urge you, brethren, note those who cause divisions and offenses. That's the same thing That's the same word, note, that I read from one of the Bible translations in Job 10 and 14. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Let's go to a new tab. Job 10, 14, Bibles. Let's see, here we go. And this is the NASB version. If I have sinned, you will take note of me and will not acquit me of my guilt. Romans 16 and 17, the NKJV. Now I urge you, brethren, note those who cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which you learn, and avoid them. The NIV. I urge you, brothers and sisters, to watch out for those who cause divisions and put obstacles in your way. That's the IUIC. That are contrary to the teaching you have learned. Keep away from them. Keep your eye on those. Take note. Matter of fact, the RSV, I appeal to you, brethren, to take note of those who create dissensions and difficulties in opposition to the doctrine which you have been taught, and avoid them. Right? What is it here? The LSB, Job 10 and 14. If I sin, then you would take note of me and would not acquit me of my guilt. So what the hell is Bishop Nathanyel General talking about? That's all that means in Job 10 and 14. So he can't use that as a precept. Keep your eye on them. Watch them. Take note of them. I wish I could get a translation for the Latin Vulgate for Job, but it's all good. I found the edification I needed. That was Satan trying to put a stumbling block in front of me for this lesson, but I got through it through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Okay. So no, the best way to describe the word for Job 10 and 14 with that mark, right? Shamar in the Hebrew, right? Where it said that you should be watching me, take note of me, you will notice me, and all these different Bible translations is equivalent to the word for marking someone, then which caused divisions in Romans 16 and 17. Okay? So when you go to Revelation 13 again, and 16, that's not the same marking. Okay? Because like I brought out, when you get to the Latin Vulgate, it uses the word character. Okay? It doesn't use the word for watching or looking at someone. Character, the word character is not for watching someone. The word character is not for noticing someone, for observing someone. So once again, Elder General Bishop Nathanyel is wrong when it comes to the breakdown of the Motb. So with that, I hope you were edified. Shalom. Okay, Shalom. I found the video clip that I was looking for Bishop General Nathanyel saying that Job 10 and 14 is a precept to the Motb. So this was put up 9 days ago by GMS Babylon is Falling. Shalom. So I'm just going to play this clip after the lesson I just did because I found the video clip afterwards. But this is just for the edification. So I believe that this brother speaking is GMS Babylon is Falling is speaking, excuse me. And he's going to play the clip of Bishop Nathanyel messing up this Motb breakdown.
So-and-so, he changes his doctrine and goes from one thing to another, because once upon a time he said the mark of the beast was hegemony. It was nations trading with nations. All right, now he's doubling down, he's claiming it's Job 10 and 14. And the only people that behave like that are chameleons. If you're a chameleon, you're always changing how you look. He's always changing his doctrine. So Bishop Nate has truly metamorphed into a chameleon, right, when it comes to the scriptures. So without further ado, let me just quickly play this, right, and then we're going to just bring out a couple of scriptures. It's not going to be long. It doesn't need to be long for you to truly understand, for those of you of the elect or the hopeful elect that truly understand what the mark of the beast is. All right, so let's play this.
Army. That's what you read in 2nd Ezra 13. Go ahead.
And the beast was taken.
And the beast was taken.
And
7 heads and 2 horns. 7 heads and 10 horns. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And with him, the false prophet.
That's the church system. Go ahead.
That wrought miracles before him.
That's the technology. Go ahead.
With which he deceives them that had received the mark of the beast.
That's hey, give me the mark of the beast. Is it John 10:14? Job 10:14. Job. Get that for me. Thank y'all. Y'all don't get old. Help me. Come on.
Job chapter 10 and verse 14. If I sin, then thou markest me.
That's the mark right there. Now go back to Revelation.
Revelation.
Hear that? He calls for Job 10:14. And they read it out. It says, if I sin, thou markest me. Let's play that one more time.
Chapter 10 and verse 14. If I sin, then thou markest me.
That's the mark right there. Now go back to Revelation.
Revelation.
As you can see, he can't.
All right. So you heard the clip. And the brother here, he did a lesson on it as well. And I heard it more recently. So the spirit was on me to do the same thing and show you that Job 10 and 14 has nothing to do with the Motb. It's not even the same word when we go back in the translation. The English language is limited at certain times, or I should say the translators of the English Bible use limited English words at the time for particular specific translations in the scriptures. So this botched, messed up breakdown by Bishop Nathanyel, General Nathanyel of the IUIC, using Job 10 and 14, where it says, where it talks about being marked for sin, that is not the same mark in Revelation 13 and 16, which that mark is something physical. This mark in Job 10 and 14 has to do with watching out or observing something, which is the same context for mark in Romans, where it says, mark them that cause divisions, which that's what I'm doing here in this video, is marking General Nathanyel for causing a division when it comes to the true doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So you heard the clip. I was able to find it. So I hope you were edified. Shalom.